Very good morning, all the students of 6th standard, and we are learning the fourth lesson of our history, that is Vedic civilizations. We are learning the Vedic civilization here, and page number 17 is going on. See, yesterday we have seen the first paragraph of the point number 4.3, that is agriculture and animal husbandry, economic and social life. On this point, first paragraph we have completed. Today we will see the second paragraph of the same point, lesson number 4, Vedic civilizations, page number 17, second paragraph, point number 4.3, second paragraph, about the carrot picture. That during the Vedic period, animals like horses, at the time of Vedic civilization, or in the Vedic period, in the Vedic civilizations, animals like horses, cows and dogs had a special importance. So during the time of Vedic civilization or in the Vedic period, some of the animals, they have the special importance. Animals like we can say the horses or the cows or the dogs, these animals, they have the special importance in the Vedic civilizations or in the Vedic period. They have the more importance, more weightage for them, more requirement for these animals like cows, horses or the dogs there. Oh, now what were their uses, or for what purpose they used that? Cows were used as a means of exchange. See, cows, there was a high demand in the Vedic civilization or in the Vedic period for the cows. So cows were used as a means of exchange. They were exchanging the cows. That time the concept was there, one who has more cows, that person is more rich. One who has many cows, it is considered or it is believed that that man or that person is he is belonging from the rich family. He is a rich on the basis, on the number of on the strength of the cow. That status or the prestige of the person is dependent. So cows were used as a means of exchange there, for if something they are taking there, some of the product or thing, if the price of the product is equivalent, then he was giving his cows to that man. So that is why cows were highly priced there. So in those days, in the Vedic civilization, cows were highly priced there, or the price of the cow was very high there, or more there. People took a special care to ensure that their cows would not be stolen. In those days also there, in those days or in those time, people, they took the special care. They give the more importance for the cows there. They take the special care to protect their cows, and they were thinking, they were protecting their cows, and they look after that their cows should not be stolen. Their cows would not be stolen from them. So special importance was there, and they took the special care for the cows. They protect their cows, and they always think that they protect their cows, that they should not be stolen. For that they take the protections, they protect their cows there. The horses was valued because of its speed. As you know that horse run fast, that fast animals which can use for the means of transportations, that is the horse. So there was a lot of importance for the horses also, because of the speed of the horses or its speed there. The Vedic people were skilled in the taming the horses. The Vedic civilization, those are the people, they were skilled in the taming of horses. Means they know that how to handle the horse, how to take care of the horse, how to use the horse, how to be familiar with the horse. They were expert in that. They were skilled in the taming horses. They tame to the horses there. Like we can say that the dog is a tamed animal, the pet animal of the man. That like same way they tame to the horses. That means they mix with the horses. like cows and buffaloes. Horses also there as a part of human beings. They familiar with the horse, so they tame them, they train them. So they were expert in the taming the horses and harnessing them to the carrot. Then harnessing. They use them. They tied them to pull their carrots, to pull their cart. For that they harnessing them. They use them, and they export. They tame. They give that type of training there. The carrots, the chariots in the Vedic period had spoked wheels, which are lighter than the solid wheels. So what are the chariots were there during the time of Vedic civilizations? The chariots were pulled by the horses, and they used the spoked wheels. Spoked wheels means which has the spoke that lines there instead of the solid wheel. Solid wheel was very heavy. Solid wheel means wheel is the rounded wheel. There is no any space or the gap there. So the wheel that the solid wheels were very heavy. In comparison of these solid wheels, spoked wheels were they were lighted. That they were lightweighted. So due to that, horses they pulled the chariots very speedily, fastly, because of the lightweight. The space is there, gap is there, so the weight is also less. Solid is a continuous round shape there. More weight is there on the solid. So it took heavy to pull that. But what are the spoked wheels? They use that space. We know that spoke national emblem there. That spoke is there. Spoked wheel it is called that. Wheel surrounded that. Lines are there. So if such type of wheel is there, that is lightweight. So spoked wheels were lightweight in comparison of the solid wheel there, so it pulled fastly or the speedily there. Vedic people they use the spoked wheels to pull their we can call that they use the spoked wheels in their carts or in their chariot that, so they can they are lighter and they can pull easily there. The horses drawn and spoked wheels chariots of Vedic period were swift and speedy. Horses drawn. What are the horses were there? They pulled their chariots with the speedily or with the swiftly. Swiftly means what? Fastly. So this was the important characteristic of the Vedic civilization, that the horses drawn and spoked wheels chariots of the Vedic period were swift and speedy there. Here one example they give that horsepower is a unit of measuring the power. Horsepower, HP in short we can call that. It is a measuring, it is a measurement. It is used to measure the power. It is used to measure the unit of power. Horsepower is a unit to measure the power. So horsepower is a unit of measuring the power, the rate at which work is done by engine. How they measure that? In which thing that what is the work is done by the engine. The rate of that work they measure in horsepower. What are the motors are there, vehicles are there. In that they will mostly say how many HP's engine is there, how many horsepower, what are the work is there, rate of the work of the engine is measured into the horsepower. So horsepower is a unit to measure the work or to measure the capacity to do the work. In this period, apart from agriculture, in the Vedic civilizations, apart from agriculture or along with the agricultures and animal husbandry, several other occupations had also flourished along with the agriculture or animal husbandry. Number of the another occupations, number of the another works had also flourished. They prosperous or they develop theirs. Artisans and people practicing various occupations were an important part of social system. That artisans, those were the workers, artisans, skilled persons were there. Along with that artisans, another means of those were the people. They are practicing different type of occupation. They are practicing the different type of work. They were an important part in the social life. They had the important position. They had the important status in the social life of the people that they form independent organizations. So these artisans or these skilled persons, they establish an independent organization. They set up an independent organizations known as the Shrenis or guilds. Those were the skilled artisans, those were the skilled craftsmen. they form their own independent organization. That independent organization is also called as Shrenis or guilds. It is called as Shrenis or it is called as a guild there. So what is here? Remember, artisan and the people practicing the various occupations, they were an important part of the social system there. They form independent organization. Artisans or the various skilled people, they form independent organization called as a Shrenis or guild. What is meant by Shrenis or guild? So artisans or the skilled person, they form independent organization. That independent organization is called as a Shrenis or guilds. This question is there in the workbook question answers also there. What is meant by Shrenis or what is meant by guilds? So we can tell this answer. The head of the guild was known as a Srishti. Who is the head of that guild? Who is the head of that skilled craftsman? Who is the head of the artisan? Head person, main person or the boss in present time we can call in another word, boss. So one who is the head of the skilled craftsmen or the artisans or the boss of that artisan. So head person or the boss of the artisan was known as a Srishti. He was called or he was known as a Srishti. However, slowly the status of the skilled artisan became the secondary. However, in the Vedic period, after the Vedic period, slowly the status or the position of the skilled craftsman or the position of the Srishtis also slowly it's become the secondary in the society. Means it start to be decreased. Their status in the society start to be decreased there. So those were the artisans of the craftsman. Their head person was called as the Srishti, and later the Vedic civilization or after the Vedic civilization, the status or the position of the Srishti or the position of the skilled craftsman or the artisans, position or the status in the society start to be decreased. It became secondary. In a Vedic period, during the first at the starting of the Vedic period, artisan or the craftsman, they have the important place or the position in the society. Lot of value for them. More important, their status is high in the society. But later on, the status of that craftsman, the position of the skilled persons start to be decreased in the society. Their position or their status became the secondary in the society. So this one we have seen this one we have studied there. When you will come tomorrow, so in the tomorrow's video we will see the next part of the same lesson. So till that time you just revise it, and whenever you get the time, whatever the videos we have or lessons, that videos you see continuously. Means of 4 lessons, all the videos we have, that whatever the videos I have sent you link, that you have, that you can listen continuously one by one, means you can understand this lesson in a proper way. So thank you very much. Read out the lesson, study in a proper way. I have sent you that PDF file also in a group. Those who not have the textbook, they can they download that PDF file. Means you get the textbook, so that also you can read. Okay. So stay tuned, be safe, and most important that study. Thank you very much.